So first topic of discussion will be on air compressors. Common quote is like air is free, but compressed air is not free. Why we will see. This is the energy balance diagram of air compressor. If you give 100 kilowatt, for example, 100 kilowatt of power as an input to compressors, the 80 percentage of input power will be lost in the form of heat of compression. 5% will be lost in mechanical. So 15% will be the output in the form of pressurized air. But that also being wasted almost in 15% also, almost 50% is waste in the form of leakages. So at the end of the day, finally only 50% means only 7.5 kilowatt of the input power we will be getting in the form of compressed air. This is the heat distribution, heat balance diagram of the compressed air line. If 100% is given in the form of electrical energy, 9% will be wasted in the form of motor heating, and 72% is we used to give a cooling water or oil cooler that will carry the 72% of the heat. And only 4% of the heat produced by an air compressor ends up in the compressed air. The other 96% is being wasted at present. So what is the solution? Means if you are giving 100% input power, but only heat is carried with the compressed air, only 4%. The remaining we are wasting at present. So is there a solution for this problem? Yes, there is a solution. Heat recovery options are there for compressed air systems. We will discuss how the circuit diagram. Before that, what are the options? What are the constraints in that? We will discuss. The quantity of heat recovered energy will vary as per the load. If the loading of the compressor reduces, the heat energy also heat recovery will also come down. And before finalizing heat recovery plan, we have to find the demand. Whether we have a demand, whether we need a boiler feed water or any other demand for a cooling system. Do we have a constant demand for heat? Then only we can install this heat recovery option. And the heat recovery quantity also will vary as per the type of compressor. Standard oil-free compressors are best suited for applying this heat recovery options because it will generate water temperatures of up to 90 degrees Celsius, which can be used in as a boiler feed water or any other purpose. If you see on oil lubricated compressors, the oil which will take away some heat, so it will limit the possibility of heat recovery and water temperatures. In centrifugal compressors, the temperature levels are generally lower because the pressure ratios in each stage will be lesser. So it will limit the degree of heat recovery. Means heat recovery will not be that much. As per BEE, waterborne waste energy recovery is best suited to compressors with electric motor power above 50 HP. If you install the water heat recovery system below 50 HP, we will not be getting a good payback period. So waterborne recovery requires a more complex installation, obviously, because we need a water pump and a heat exchanger like that, compared with the airborne waste heat recovery. Heat can be distributed to ovens. If you take away heat through air, we can use it in ovens. If it is a water, we can use it in boilers. So what is the heat recovery potential? From the kilowatt, we can say that almost 60% of the power can be recovered in the form of heat. One sample calculation I have put up for easily understanding that, for example, if it is a 110 kilowatt compressor, we can have a heat of 1.7 lakhs kilowatt hour per year per annum. It will have a reduction in cost of almost 11 lakhs. As per BE's energy audit report, 250 CFM compressor at 60% loading, because in no compressor will always be in 100% load. Load will be varying continuously. So for optimum we have taken a 60% loading. Can save almost 12 to 15 tons of oil equivalent per year of energy, which is equal to almost 9 lakhs per annum. The investment cost of heat recovery system in compressor is 2 lakhs. So payback period is around 4 months. This is the one case study to support the technology. The company is a Lupin Pharma. What they did is they have a two-stage compressor. They have implemented this heat recovery system. After the first stage, the soft water at ambient temperature will go inside. Through heat exchanger, it will extract the heat. Then it will go to second stage exit, and it will again extract the heat, so that the common header, through common header, both the stage waters will combine, and it will go to the boiler for feed water. They were able to achieve almost 87 degrees Celsius temperatures in feed water, means a gain of 57 degrees Celsius. So hot water flow was almost 14 KL per hour. Heat load, heat recovery was almost 4 lakh kilocalories per hour. So they could achieve almost 1.2 crores per annum. Because of this external heat addition in the boiler, they could reduce the fuel of almost 260 metric tons per year. This is the one YouTube video. After that, you can search in YouTube and you can watch it. If they have detailed how it works and what are the benefits and further. Thank you all members for giving your time. Please be in touch. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.